Well, welcome to Costa Travels. Merry Christmas to all. This is part 2 of the Hidalgo Light Festival. And I like this one even better, I believe. We're going to get a side view of all the displays. Here we are going into the whale. It's a sea of fish before we get to the whale. Boy, Hidalgo is located just across from Reynosa. Could be the Hidalgo Bridge right there. Well, it doesn't look like that, but I'm just having a little fun here. Things that I can remember about Hidalgo. Well, don't remember much, just remember going across when my dad was around. He used to love to go to Reynosa, so we went maybe once a month. I don't know how things are right now in Reynosa, but we did used to go to the little placita. The last time I went, I couldn't even recognize Reynosa. It was a lot different than what I remember it as a kid. So, and remember the little placita and the church right across from it. Yes, Hidalgo, I don't think it has grown so much. There is a lot of festivities here. I used to cover Border Fest. If I don't know, people can recall Border Fest. They used to have like three, maybe a whole week of activities. Joe Vera was the city manager, was the one that started that celebration here in Hidalgo. So he hired me to videotape it. So for the 3 or 4 days that it ran, I would have to go and get video of the fest. It was innovative. So yes, they had bands from all over the place, and they have a beauty pageant for the little kids and even for the older girls. Yes, it was a nice event. They had a lot of Tejano bands. Not even sure if Selena might have played there one time. I don't remember that, but she might have. But that was one of the events that I would cover. Like I said the last time, yeah, there was a little famous incident here. This man said he discovered the face of Jesus Christ on a tortilla. He became famous for that. It was a pretty good image, and I gotta admit that it was a good image of the face of Jesus Christ. You look it up on the internet. This time I will look it up on the internet before I post this video and see if I can find the image. And I know he was offered some money for it, and he declined. Some TV show from, I forgot what the name of the TV show was, but they wanted to offer money for the tortilla and take it around the country or around the world to show off, to display, see if believers will understand and see the image. But here to the light show, and I remember their light show, which is still goes on in downtown Hidalgo. It's not like this, it's not elaborate, and I will show you a couple of clips of that in the coming days before Christmas. I sure hope so, but I will show you that. And this is really elaborate. They do charge to do a little drive-through, and I know they have a little like a trolley that will take you through the light fest here. It's about a 20-25 minute drive. And you gotta take it slow. There's few cars. There wasn't that many cars. Believe it or not, it was on a Friday, and there wasn't that many cars. And know when I was in Las Vegas, they have a huge light show like this, but I never went to that one. Maybe in the future I will. If I'm around Las Vegas around Christmas, I will do so. And there's quite a few events here in the valley during Christmas, which keeps us all entertained. They have the big parade in McAllen, which again, Joe Vera was the organizer of that. He went from here, from Hidalgo, to work for the city of McAllen, and he came up with all these ideas again to make McAllen even more popular with the Christmas Day parade in McAllen. It's a huge event. As a matter of fact, on the first parade there in McAllen, I was working at Channel 5, and we carried the big bird, or what's it called? Not big bird, Angry Bird. The Angry Bird balloon. That's what I got to carry. Me and a couple of other employees there at Channel 5, because there was too many of us, and somebody didn't show up to to drag Angry Bird around. So I and a bunch of other girls, ladies, decided that we split from the main group. The main group, I forgot which they carried. I forgot what big animal they carried, but it was big. And our boss, they all had a hard time because it was a huge balloon. I can't remember. I think it was like a Sesame Street character, and they were having a hard time pulling that with the wind. My poor boss, he got, I think he hurt his hand, and he said, "You know what? We're not doing this again." So that was about the only time we all carried balloons on the McAllen parade. Now they get spoiled; they get to ride on a float. But I did enjoy, and I'm glad to say I was the very first. I was on the very first parade in McAllen. I believe it goes back to about 2009. I can't really recall, but it was fun to see the smile on all those kids, and that Angry Bird was a very popular character. You let me know in the comments, is it still around? I don't know. Angry Bird, real cool character. If I find a picture, I did have one, but like I said, I have so many things on file that I can't recall. And then another thing Hidalgo was known, I believe, is the first sighting of the so-called killer bee, really the Africanized bee, was here located in around the city of Hidalgo, out by the river. And I remember covering that story. It was kind of scary there because I went by all this beehives. You know how beekeepers have all of these beehives, and so I had to get close to the beehive and get some video of the bees with no protection whatsoever. So I got as close as I could, real calm, real patient, just stood still like I would say a pole or a tree, but man, you can hear those bees buzzing around my head. Didn't swat one. I was not scared, but I was cautious. See, welcome to Hidalgo. So yeah, that's why they had the bee here as their symbol, because of the Africanized bee, or so-called the killer bee. And I do remember covering some people that were stung and even maybe died from all those things that come in these bees. When they attack, they get pretty aggressive. So I did cover some of those stories. So one time I went to the one in Westlaco with this elderly man. I believe he passed away from all the stings he received. And so I got there like maybe later that afternoon, and there were still quite a few bees. I didn't know that, but I learned that from going to this, that the bees, once they sting you, they lose their stinger. So they might still fly around, but they don't have stingers, so they do try to sting you again, and it didn't work, because I did feel some bees try to sting me, but thank goodness they had no stingers. Believe it or not, the first time I ever got stung by a bee was on the road here from the valley to San Antonio. Yes, I stopped at the rest stop. You know that rest stop near Falfurrias. There's a rest stop, and I stopped there, and I was throwing away some trash. A bee stung me in my hand. See? And that's the very first time I ever got stung by a bee. I've been stung now a couple of other times after that, but I was kind of surprised. Never saw it coming. Just took the stinger off my hand. It hurt for a little bit, nothing like I thought it was gonna. I believe I even one time got stung by a scorpion when I still lived in Arizona. And I was a little kid, and I was running around out there in the desert. And in those days, you go back to the 1950s, boy, there were scorpions, there were tarantulas, and especially those little ants, like here in the Rio Grande Valley. Those little ants can sting, give you a sting. And I recall the scorpion, it wasn't that bad. I think the bee hurt more than the scorpion. And tarantulas, no, I never had any incident with tarantulas. Only one time camping at the Rio Grande in the canyon. I was camping in the Rio Grande Canyon, and I was setting up a tent and I see a big tarantula there where I'm setting up the tent, so I had to scoot it away, so I threw some dirt on it, and the tarantula got a little aggressive there. But my friend, he was a animal lover, so picked up the tarantula with the little cardboard box and took it to a safe place so it wouldn't get aggressive with me, and I would have to kick it out of the way. I recall that. I didn't even know there was a town, right? Because I came in through the north east side of the Grand Canyon. I came on to the south side. I did explore the north side, but there's really not much. But I think more kind of the ritzy people go to the north side of the canyon, and there's more to do on the south side of the canyon. And so I came in through the east side of the canyon, and I didn't see the town. Yeah, I believe it's called the Rio Grande Canyon City or some deal like that. There's even a university that's from there that placed the people here from the Rio Grande Valley. Yeah, I recall that. And so when I was leaving the Grand Canyon, I found out that there was a city, that there was a McDonald's and Burger King and some stores, and I said, wow, pretty good sized city. So yeah, if you ever go to the Grand Canyon, don't forget, on the west side of the Grand Canyon, southwest side of the Grand Canyon, there's a big city that you can enjoy by going there, and they have, like I said, restaurants, hotels, and you don't have to camp out. I did camp out, but I really liked it. I used to like camping out a lot. Now I don't know. I used to camp out by the Guadalupe River, the Grand Canyon, around Silverton in Colorado. Quite a few places in Colorado. Colorado Springs. Yeah, all that area. Town I wasn't too impressed with was Pueblo, Colorado. I did take the train from Durango to Silverton. I was telling my son how I enjoyed that trip, and then he tells me that a lot of these people, because he knows a lot of people that are from Utah, and they had nothing good to say about that Durango to Silverton or Silverton to Durango, and so I don't understand that, but I liked it a lot. It was a nice little. It's about a 2 to 3 hour trip from each way, going and coming. Yeah. I enjoyed it. Maybe they didn't, but I did. I enjoyed it tremendously. And then I went up, let's see, with the Colorado Springs. There's a mountain there. Forgot the name of it. I don't know what's wrong with me. I just keep forgetting names. But I was so thrilled. We went up the mountain, and it was snowing in August. It was snowing up in the mountain. And I hadn't seen snow in a long time, so I got all thrilled. I do have video of that, and I will show it in another segment. And I will put the name of what the name of the mountain was, if I can remember the name. There, I believe it was Colorado Springs. And you go up to the mountain. You drive up there. They even have a souvenir store up on top of the mountain. But very nice. It snowed, and they forced us to come down. I didn't really want to come down. I said, hey, I'm going to enjoy the snow. And the ranger said, nope, gotta go. So we followed a snowplow down the mountain. I believe it was like August 25th. Unbelievable. I never thought. I was in shorts. And a couple of bikers, I don't know, there's 2 bikers, they kind of froze coming down the mountain. Their hands were freezing, so we just had to give them a little help. And because there's like about maybe a few miles coming downhill, you can go to this little coffee place and enjoy a cup of coffee and a little cake, and just stop in a minute, and they check your tires to make sure that, and check your brakes to make sure you don't use the brakes as you're coming down the mountain. Yes. So I won't forget that. That was another. I don't know. It's got nothing to do with this city of Hidalgo, but I'm just telling you some of the adventures that I've had, and hopefully to post them up. Yes. I enjoy watching some of those videos on YouTube where people go and tour all over the country. one of my favorite one is that the Wonder Hussy. Wonder Hussy, I think that's what she calls herself. It's one of my favorite ones. That lady knows how to live. Yeah. She even tried an e-bike. You know, I used to think you were pretty tough when you drove a motorcycle. And now, I think you have to be pretty tough to drive an e-bike. That's amazing how these people do drive an e-bike or an e-scooter. Yeah, you know, that's a very dangerous way to of transportation. As I recall seeing in Las Vegas, a lot of people ride those scooters. If you've been one of my fans here on the channel, you've seen that I featured these two kids, well, young people. They're both riding one of those scooters. Pretty neat. I thought they fascinate me how these people ride these scooters and e-bikes. I was thinking of getting myself one too, because in Las Vegas they let you take it into you can put the bike on a bike rack in the front, but if you have like the scooter, they let you take it inside the bus. Yes, but the bike, I believe you have to put out there in the rack. They have a rack for most people that ride bicycles, and that way they can ride their bicycle wherever the bus stop is, and then they put their little bike on the rack and enjoy the ride. As you can see, coming up here is the whale. You see the whale, the tail of the whale. And what can I think about Hidalgo? Like I said, other than Border Fest, they had all kind of entertainment. They had the famous accordion player from the Lawrence Welk show. He was down here. They had these belly dancers. They had a hypnotist. You believe in hypnotists? I don't know. I just didn't believe in hypnotists, but it was fun. It was all in fun, and he would hypnotize a person and then make them do some silly stuff, and I don't know, when you're hypnotized, you don't understand what you're doing. You know, a person that one time they decided they couldn't lose weight back in those days. I'm talking about the early days here. They couldn't lose weight, so they would go and get hypnotized in order to lose weight. You know, see the whale? There's the whale. I was telling you before, you saw it from the front. And there's some big dinosaurs, Tyrannosaurus Rex, and of course the palm trees, the famous beautiful palm trees from the Rio Grande Valley. And there's Tyrannosaurus Rex. And it's amazing how the palm trees are kind of different from one state to the other. Like here in the valley, I don't believe the palm trees don't look like any of the palm trees in Florida or in Las Vegas, or the deserts over there in Las Vegas. They have their own kind of palm trees. They look somewhat like our palm trees, but not quite. In Florida, forget it. They really kind of look real different, bigger and more bushy. Yes. Here we are, we're gonna enter the whale, but this time through the side, so I don't know. I believe you enjoyed more looking at it to the front, but this is like the water going into the whale. Has anybody ever been here to this light fest here in Hidalgo before this year? If they can explain to me in the comments, do they change it every year, or is it about the same every year? Pretty cool. My little camera here, my dash cam was acting up, so I had to improvise and use my DJI camera, and I'll show you that video tomorrow. I will show you. And because I missed the Star Wars. They have a big Star Wars. If you come into the exhibit here, they have a big Star Wars exhibit. So that's the one I missed with my dash cam, because for somehow my dash cam said it was full, and I had to reprogram it. But here we are. Still get to enjoy a lot of the show. I just missed a very few, maybe a couple of minutes. As you can see, here's the mouth of the whale. We're going into the whale, but this time sideways. It's amazing all the work these people do here. What other adventures have happened here in the city of Hidalgo? If you ever come to their pump house, they have one of those Lionel trains, Lionel model trains. It fills up the whole inside of I believe they still have it. I have to go and check, but they do. They have a Lionel train that goes to the pump house. Some people love those trains. My brother used to have the whole garage full. Never parked the car inside the garage because he made it all. It was a huge city. It was a humongous city that he built in the garage. Man, he just liked to do things the right way. My brother did, and he built this whole city and people and rivers and bridges, and he had a bunch of those H-scale trains. He did have a big Lionel train at one time, but somebody stole it from him. He stored it in this attic before he bought a house, and so somebody stole it from him. So when he bought a house and had a garage, he decided to build this humongous train. I wish I had video of that, but maybe I'll ask my nephew to get me some video, some pictures of that train set up there in my brother's garage. Yeah, but I do like those little trains. I even like the real trains. Yes. I hope you're enjoying the music too. Well, it's almost Christmas. A couple of days before Christmas. It's always fun. I believe I like giving more than receiving. I like to give gifts, especially when my kids were young. I always loved that Channel 5 had these toy drives, and if people brought toys a little late, I would do a Christmas Day. I would take my kids and all the toys that I could gather that were not going to be given out, and take them out to the needies in the colonias. Take it all out there and deliver the toys. I really enjoyed that, and even my kids, at this time in their lives now, they're a lot older, they'll never forget how we made a lot of people happy by going out and delivering these toys. Yes, Channel 5 is really good. I've done that for many years. They don't call it Toys for Tots or anything. People just come to the station and they know they donate whatever toys they can. And sometimes they collect enough money that they go get big toys like bikes and big toys for the more older kids, so they can have a nice Christmas. A shout out to my friends at Channel 5. Yes, I remember that they played a big part in my life and in my kids' life, where we would enjoy going out to donate those toys. You can see these people's faces when I just stop and give a little girl a doll, or give a little boy a car, or a toy car, and a little bicycle around there. Like, who are these people? So it was nice me playing Santa Claus in those days. Well, I hope you are enjoying this video that almost is coming to an end here, and just reminiscing some of the stories of Christmas that I can recall. And I hope you tune in too and go check out my Deaf Santa Claus, which that is in conjunction with the Plaza Mall in McAllen. They have Deaf Santa, which helps many of the kids they can't hear or can't speak. So check out that story. I already posted almost in the beginning of December, so people can enjoy and see. And maybe if they still have a Deaf Santa at the Plaza Mall, people can go over there and take their kids and enjoy talking to Santa Claus. Hopefully Santa Claus will bring their gifts. How about Christmas cartoons? My favorite Christmas cartoon is The Little Drummer Boy. That's the one I like. Yes, The Little Drummer Boy. I don't know. I was watching I don't know, nobody can recall. Amos and Andy? Amos and Andy, they have a Christmas special too for Amos and Andy. Check it out if you get to on YouTube. Amos and Andy. It was so funny. This one wasn't funny because it was serious about, again, giving gifts. That was the whole purpose. But Amos got to give a gift to his little goddaughter. Yes. He reminisces about when she was born, and now that she's about 9 or 12 years old, she wanted a doll, a big doll, a talking doll. If anybody can recall, a talking doll. Yes, that was unheard of back in my days. Look at a talking doll. What other toys that you can recall that were kind of unique back in those days? Remember a talking doll or that goofy, or it was a dog, it was some goofy dog that they made. He was bigger than life, and I don't know, that one for both boys and girls. They loved that dog. I really can't recall the name of it. The Dooley dog. But it was real popular in the 60s. 60s? Maybe not early 70s. It had to be like in the 60s. Yes. Now, think about the toys that are out now, and then all the other stuff that there is. There's the whale again. Just cuts off. Sometimes the editor doesn't put them all in sequence, so here we are. We're getting to see the whale from the side. Pretty impressive, right? Jonah and the whale. That's what it reminds me of. I don't know if it is Jonah and the whale, the biblical one. Yes. And then I'll never forget, there was a story when I was a kid too about this man that bought some, I believe they were earrings for his wife. And but he pawned his watch to get the wife the earrings, and it was a mess. Somehow she bought them for herself, or she bought something else, and he didn't have a watch, and she really couldn't use the earrings, and it's another story. I wish I explained it better. Just get older, your mind doesn't go old there. But see it, I will mention it again. So yeah, I'm gonna let you enjoy the music here, and until we see each other and next year when another Christmas comes along, and see what other Christmas adventures I can get into. I recall some of the toys from the past. Yes, I did have one of those pull wagons. I did. I think everybody. But rifles, no. My parents never bought me like a rifle or any kind of pistol. No, never remember owning that for Christmas. I might have had one, but that's because I just happened to buy it at the store, Grocery stores, I don't know, even now I think some stores do have toys, right? They do sell toys like H-E-B, some of the grocery stores. And I would buy some toys at the grocery stores around the Chicago area. At first, my parents never believed in artificial Christmas trees, and so we always had to get a real tree. But as far as, now with modern technology, only one time we had a Christmas tree that was aluminum foil, but that was the it thing. Like in the late 60s, it was made out of aluminum foil, and then had this rotating light around it, and then it would change colors. But now the trees are awesome, and people like real trees for the smell. No problem there. I like it myself. But you all have a great Christmas. I'll see you in 2026. Don't forget to watch Costa Travels, and till next time, watch Costa Travels. Take care. Bye bye.